how do you approach creating compelling imagery? And I want to know, in light of like, what's your process look like for you creatively? But then when you're working with brands secondarily, how do you translate that to help them understand what it is that you're doing?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think the first question I always ask is why. Like, what? That's the biggest. Don't ask the who, what, where, why, when. Don't ask. Leave all the others out. Those don't matter. Those are more logistical questions that can be figured out once you're ready to go into production. But why is the biggest thing? Like, why are we telling this story? Why is the story important? Why is it important to me? Why is it important to our customer? Why are we shooting it in this format? Why are we shooting it with this medium? Why are we publishing it to this medium? I think once you answer all those questions, you start really drilling down, and don't just ask why once, ask why 2, 3, 4 times, because you're going to find out something new. Yeah, I'm a big believer in the medium shapes the message. I read this great book several years back, and the guy talked about how the medium we display our images or our stories in shape how we should tell the message. And that doesn't mean just like, oh, we shoot portrait or landscape mode for a reel or for YouTube. What that means is that if I did this thing the other day where I was creating some social media stuff for League of Women Voters here, just about get out the vote, which I love. And so we were doing it, and I said, hey, I'm going to shoot this on my iPhone, and I'm a professional photographer, and they're kind of like, and they were cool with it, but I told them the reason I want to do this is because if you're looking at your iPhone, the minute you see a polished, beautiful ad, I don't know about you, but I'm like, boom, over it. Like I can tell it's an ad.
You can see it.
I can see it. I can sniff it out. And so I swipe by. I don't pay attention. But if I see something that not only looks user generated, and I don't mean in the sense of like person talking to their phone, looking at their phone. I mean, like just shot on something that you and I would shoot on. I'm going to stop for a little bit longer. And that little bit longer is what it takes to tell the story. Right. Again, going along with that, like medium shapes the message.
Yep.
If I'm doing a movie in a theater, I've got a lot longer time to get to the plot. If I'm doing a 15-second ad, like you better get to it quick, and you better have something in the front end that's going to grab people and get people's attention. So I'm always thinking about like those kinds of questions. And then specifically for stills, I'm thinking about in use, it can be tricky because we're using stills in all facets of everything now. Like a still, they're like, oh, we need a banner and we need a this and a that. So it can be hard, but trying to think again, why are we shooting this? Yeah. Where is this? Why do we need this image? Oh, we need this image for a banner. Okay, well, I got to pull back and shoot horizontal, and I got to get the people interacting and all that kind of, on this side of the frame. Yeah, give headspace. Do I need to give copy room? So that's really important because you can find stock images out there, but it can be really hard to find. Silence my phone. It can be really hard to find the right one for the right fit.